As time passes, people change. They grow and slowly make their journey to bloom. With Project Sekai arriving at its 3rd anniversary, each character gets a new artwork. In today's video, I'd like to look at how these character design changes reflect the state that each character is in, alongside comparing and contrasting the differences between the new and the old. Not that the old designs are bad, of course, as I'll always hold them near and dear to my heart. The improvements in the art fill me with joy, both as a player of the game as well as an artist. Without further ado, let us begin! While the virtual singers aren't on the thumbnail, I still want to talk about them for a bit. I find that each design has more character and expressiveness to them. I especially love Kaito's cool demeanor shown, as well as Luca's caring personality showing off strong here. I don't really have much to say here other than what I already did, so let's move on to some general things I noticed about each unit's new character designs. The outfits look more cohesive and sophisticated, with unifying colors across each member's outfit. This is because while the first designs were meant to make each character look appealing individually for those who are unfamiliar with the franchise, while these second designs are meant to make each character feel more as a team, as we already know them quite well. Alongside this is the fact that at first, each male of the characters weren't that familiar with each other. Yet, as time passes, they know more about each other, and so that also reflects in their outfits. As for the change in the unit Sekais, it reflects how they have expanded their horizons as well as their feelings. I'll quickly go through how they have changed. The school Sekai has expanded from a classroom to a whole courtyard. The ski Sekai has grown even larger. The street Sekai is now 4 train tracks converging into one, perfectly representing Vivid Bat Squad as a group. Wonderland's Showtime Sekai looks more renovated, and the Elite Sekai looks more like a house of sorts. These outfits are also a great continuation from the first collection, as they are callbacks to old designs that I will get into. I love how the outfits for each and Miku have more layering to them, compared to the others, as that is a culmination of all of the others' feelings. BBS Miku wears a more form-fitting outfit compared to more Jump Miku, who wears a flowy outfit, as of course form follows function, and each Miku is dressed to dance in different genres of songs. With that all being said, let's have a look at each unit now. First, we start off with Leonidoscience, and let's just say they look amazing. Overall, the way that they've come together as a band to pursue their dreams of going pro is shown really well in their outfits. All their outfits are in dark grey with their image colors as accents. This is kind of like a blank canvas being painted, showing that they've gained more experience. They are now resonating as one. Ichika looks more confident in herself, Sakia looks more mature, Honami changes her original stoic expression for a kinder one more true to herself, and Chio looks on with faith, something that she won't lose. By the way, I absolutely love Leonid Miku jacket with all the cute pins drawn on it. It's just so cute! I want to gush about Miku's jacket even more, with it not only keeping the small safety pins in her outfit from her old design, but also having a checkered pattern with the texture on it. I really wish that Chio kept her silly little tie that was tied into a bow, as I found it to be quite amusing, but maybe it is showing that she isn't playing around anymore, and is being true to herself. While I do wish that they added more stars to the outfit, I'm not sure if the design would look cluttered because of it. Next, we have more Jumps designs. Many people, including myself, were expecting the designs from this Minori 4-star, but instead they shocked everyone by going for outfits with a blue tone. These outfits are my favorite out of all of them, and I can't wait to cosplay Haruka in her new fit. The blue made me first think of the sea of blue pen lights from the main story, which might explain why they went for a blue instead of a group image color, green. It also made me blue like the blue of the vast skies, playing into the angel motif of Momo Jump. Each of their poses is more free-flowing and natural compared to their first designs. Like Miku, Minori is holding the clover with one hand, showing that she is coming closer to her ideal. Another similarity between them is that Miku has braids, just like Minori. Miku doesn't have the chessboard pattern anymore, for Minori, who was once a pawn, has already been promoted into a queen, so the chessboard is no longer needed. Back to Minori, her pose also highlights her as being the leader of the group. Ari is acting more like her true self, and not the persona of happy everyday, and Haruka looks more cheerful. Seeing the clovers grow wing make me so happy. There are semblances of the old unit outfits in these new outfits, which you can see when you look at both Ari's outfits, for example. They all look so happy, especially Haruka, Ari, and Shizuku, who have let go of their past. I've said this a lot of times before, but I am so proud of them. Now to talk about Vivid Bat Squad's new outfits. They look so slick while still keeping elements of street fashion. Koane is never letting go of that hat, and I love her for that. Speaking of Koane, her shirt says cordial, meaning polite, and her sleeves say geniality, meaning a cheerful manner, with both words perfectly describing Kohane. She's literally wearing her heart on her sleeve. She doesn't look as lost or confused anymore. Instead, she's now smiling happily. Entrees are her star-shaped clips for more minimalistic ones, which does make me a bit sad, but it does go better with this outfit. Her outfit is reminiscent of Nagi's, which brings a tear to my eye, but it does keep the same typography from her old jacket, which said heads, which may refer to the front side of the coin when you flip it. The outfits are now singing in sync. Akito finally got rid of all of those layers. I cheered. He looks more confident following the trend, and his jacket says scorching, which can refer to his burning passion, but also makes me think of the scorching sun in the desert from his Fragment Sekai. This is the first time that text is seen on Akito's clothing, which may symbolize him gaining more skills. Toya's jacket says Der Mond, meaning the moon in German. It also present in the first iteration of his design. It being in German is a reference to his background in classical music. This makes Akito the scorching sun that contrasts Toya's moon. Toya is wearing ripped jeans, something that I think at the beginning of the story he wouldn't be allowed to wear from his strict family. On to our next group, it's New Designs, Wonderland's Showtime. This time, the predominant color is white. When I looked at them, I could see the references from the old uniforms clearer than anyone else. With Tsukasa, so you can see the structure of the jacket being kept, with him also holding onto the flag. And when then they have elements of the old skirts in their new ones, and Rui, while it's hard to tell from his pose, the checkered pattern on his old jacket is seen on the sleeves of his new one. Speaking of the pose, it feels like he is hiding something from us. Back to talking about Nene, the details of her having pastel buttons of the other Wonderland's Showtime members' colors is really neat. Wonderland's Showtime Miku looks so cute, by the way. I'm really glad they decided to keep the ears, and she has a dress similar to a princess. Unfortunately, I don't have much to say because I am not that knowledgeable about Wonderland's Showtime, but if you are, then feel free to leave a comment down below. As for the final group, we have Night Quarter 25. First thing that caught my eye was that there were plants/flowers on each of their dresses. I made this really rushed thread about the flowers that were on their dresses, and I made a miscalculation regarding Kanade's one, which I'll be correcting here. However, I'll leave that as another point of interpretation for you. At first, I thought Kanade had clematis flowers on her dress, the ones present from the box set. However, it was brought to my attention by @LunaAmatista on Twitter that they look more like poinsettia. This makes more sense as it separates Kanade from Mafiu as her own character. Poinsettias symbolize the miracle of Christmas, which makes me think of the snow's net. Onto Mafiu's dress, it has the clematis vines, which I think I got right this time. As, like I said, they're from the bug set. It seems she isn't free from her mother's grasp yet, as they are omnipresent in Mafiu's symbolism right now. While it makes me sad to see Mafiu have her empty eyes here, it kind of makes sense that in the first art, she also has empty eyes. Clematis flowers symbolize the trait of deceivery and artifice, something that matches her really well. I won't be going into too deep, as I've already done that twice. So yeah, Anna has narcissus flowers on her dress. These flowers are also known as daffodils. The flowers chosen because of the myth of Narcissus, a man so in love with his reflection that he fell into a pond because he loved how he looked so much. This is relevant to Anna because it could prevent the fact that she loves taking selfies. These flowers also symbolize creativity and inspiration, something that Anna definitely has. If you think that these flowers look familiar, it's because they have been in a cameo in the Insatiable Pale Canvas event, as well as Anna's fest card. She looks set she has paint splattered on her outfit, which is fitting for her as she is an artist. The flowers on Mizuki's dress are daisies, which symbolize new beginnings. This marks a new beginning for Mizuki, a new road to the journey to bloom. While both Mizuki's and Anna's dresses have flowers, Hanade's and Mafuyu's dresses are both plant, as the poinsettia, while looking like a flower, is simply a plant. Hanade and Anna, the saviors, as established by the lower MB, have their colored silk ties but in muted tones, whereas the saved here have what to me look like bows, which Mizuki one being reminiscent from the event and now tied the ribbon. Mizuki's belt has heart-shaped clasps, and they have a heart-shaped lollipop this time. Hearts are a motif of Mizuki's, as that is where you keep your emotions. The white gradient has transferred our focus from Kanade to Mafiu, which is quite fitting in my eyes. as she is the owner of the light that they are chasing after. If you take a look, Hanade and Enna have similar poses, and so do Mizuki and Matthew. This may be a reference to Say No Evil and See No Evil. And if you look at Nigo Miku's pose, that makes her hear no evil. Miku is holding her hand next to her ear, which is for the aforementioned reason, and also the fact that she hears out each of their members' problems. Her dress is styled like a clock, with the needle coming closer to 25. She has cogs on her dress showing that she isn't human. She has the chair that Kaneda was sitting on, which I find to be super cute. Overall, I am really happy about these designs, and as for my favorite, it's actually Murmur Jump's outfits. You got bamboozled. I just have too much Nigo knowledge. Overall, it feels great to be back. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, I would love to read them. This is Fructose Tolerant. Thank you so much for watching, and to Nigel Official for supporting me, as well as Luna Amethysta for correcting me. Thank you so much, and have a good day!